Storm of Doom!
Welcome back, everybody, to Storm of Doom. Today I'm going to do a H4H info video here. I know a lot of people are struggling with it, so I want to be able to try to help as much as I can. I know our war today has not been very pleasant. We gave one of the opponents 5 defense victories so far on just their H4H team. That's only like 300k, so it's pretty painful. Not a whole lot of counters that can really be used with this one as of yet. So I figured let's break down the characters first to see what is the best course of action on what we could possibly counter with the H4H team. So here we have Colleen Wing, and you can see they're obviously used for war defense. I mean, this is where they become nasty. And she applies bleed. She's actually the first character you'd want to target if you are going after her in the war, because she will actually take out your characters before you even get a chance to use them. So that's why she's kind of important to take down first. Alright, so what she does is she applies bleed on her basic, and she applies 3 bleed, so she's really going to try to bleed you out fast. Then her second special attack, when she uses that, she's going to apply 4 bleed, so she's going to bleed you out even faster. And for all the heroes for hire that is on the team, they are going to have deflect. So that makes it that much harder to attack them and try to knock them out. So that's another reason why it's really important to go after her first. You can also see here on her ward defense, she will attack the highest damage enemy with the highest damage first instead of the primary target, and she will actually ignore the taunt and the stealths that are applied to them. And she also has 1000% extra focus, which means she's just going to be able to hit them. There's really no way that that's going to be dodged. So whoever your strongest guy is on the team, they're pretty much going to go down, and you're going to be out of luck. So and so that's what I mean, like, she's definitely the first one to needs to go out first. So for her ultimate, she does and attacks all enemies too with 300% piercing. She also applies more bleed, so she'll have additional bleed. So if she's using all of her attacks, she's putting 3 bleed here, 2 bleed here, 4 bleed here, 3 more bleed here. So she's really just loves to bleed out. She's worse than the symbiotes when it comes to bleeding. So the other problem too is she will also heal block for 2 additional turns. So if you have any characters with heal block or has the heal on, they'll be blocked. So that's also important to know. And so with her passive here, for what she does when she on spawn in war, says if this character has 3 or more heroes for hire allies, so if she has, that full defenders team plus, Misty Knight, you guys are going to be in trouble. Her health, if her health is full, which it should be when you first start it, obviously you can attack it, weaken them, and then this won't apply. But if she is, like, the very first time you're attacking, nobody else has attacked her yet, she's going to be full of health. She's not charged. She will gain 2 charges right off the bat. So, and that's a problem all in itself. At the end of the turn, if charged and below 50% health, she will lose a charge and clear all negative effects, heals 100% of this character's max health. She will gain offense up for 2 additional turns, 2 deflects, and death proof. So it's going to be even extra harder to, like, just take her down. If charged, always revives on death and gains 10% damage. So she's one of those where it's, she will revive on death, and she has deflect. So I think Misty also does too. We're going to get into her kit in a second here. But this here is critical, so we can counter that. We would need offense down for a character to be able to do that. And then we really need something that's going to be able to just take these buffs off. Like, we want to get something that's just not going to let her be able to do this deflection and whatnot. So yeah, I believe Silver Surfer is the only one that I think can remove charges. So he might be a good one if you don't have him already on defense. But I think he might be the only one. I'll have to double check that as well. Alright, so that's Colleen Wing. Just nasty. So yeah, target her first. Misty Knight, I was originally trying to target her first and realized that wasn't working because she does revive on death as well with charges, and that's why originally I was trying to go after her. But she's not as critical to do that. Her basic, she has, she applies defense down, and then she also applies offense up. So you need a character that can do defense up, and you need another character that can do defense or offense down. So I know Zemo is a defense up guy, and that's why a lot of people have been using him as a counter as well, and that's why that is really critical to use there. She also applies stun and heal block as well. So here's another heal block character. We need to figure out a way to block the heal block and to try to get her to not do any stuns. But it's, as you can see, it's looking grim here with just these two characters. And she will ignore taunt and stealth too. So that's a problem. And she will clear all death proof from all enemy summons. So if you actually have any death proof characters on your team, she will clear it. So her and Wing will have death proof, but then they'll clear death proof from everybody else. So it's kind of like a cheater thing here. So for her ultimate, she applies ability block, which also is a tough one because now you're only going to be able to probably use your basic attack. And then they also have disrupted, so then good luck trying to attack again. So not only are they having these dodges, they have these avoid taunts, like you really need a character that can just blast through all of that here. So for her passive, she will also increase speed. So she's actually speeding up her team by 20% to all the heroes for hire. She's gaining 10 ability energies to self. She's gaining more speed up for additional 2 turns. And she's also adding 3 or more heroes for allies health full to charged and gains additional charges. So at the end of her turn, if she's charged and below 50% health as well, she'll lose a charge, just like Wing. But she'll heal for 100% of this character's max health, gain offense up for 2 turns, deflect 2, and death proof. And if she's charged, always revives. So if you try to take her out while she has charges on her, she's going to come back. So it's important to be aware of that. She also has 175% resistance too per the charge. So good luck trying to get that off. And on enemy death, apply speed up 2 turns. And so now they're just getting extra speed. So like I said, it's a really, really hard team to battle now. It's probably one of the worst meta teams to go up to against in war officially. Like, everyone is struggling. Even the top plat teams are struggling. They changed Iron Fist's abilities too now to work for Heroes for Hire. So as you can see here, now if he gets charged, he can also revive on death, which he never could do before. And he's also able to heal characters that are not just defenders, but are also for Heroes for Hire. So you can see here, he's able to do all. So yeah, he just became extra nastier than he ever has been just for that ability right there. And so originally I was going to try to take him out when I first started to, because he's usually always my first go-to guy before to take him out because he does heal. But Wing is still the best option in this case because of who she attacks. She will literally wipe out your entire team if you don't take her out first. So I would say she would be the first, and then Iron Fist would be the second if possible. And then you could go after Misty Knight after that. So The only thing that it looks like Elsa changed was his special here, because it's his healing ability where he also heals. And I think they added this ward defense as well, because I don't remember that being there. And but it could have been. I just don't remember if that was there or not. And he also like ignores the taunt and the stealth as well, and can just go after it. All right, so that's Iron Fist. If you're using Luke Cage, because he is for Heroes for Hire as well. And I believe they updated his kit too, because they didn't have this stuff in here. It looks all new. So now he always applied assist before, but now he applies assist to Heroes for Hire. His special, he can do that now. He applies regeneration for Defenders and Heroes for Hire. And for his ultimate, he has a defense up, deflect, defense up. So we need more defense down characters now for this. So we need defense up, we need offense down, we need defense down. So that's 3 characters right there that you need to have. He also has death proof now, which I don't think he had before, but then I think that got added. And then so his passive, he now can do speed. He increases the speed bar, so now he's a lot faster, not just a tank anymore, and has the death proof, 2 turns of offense up and deflect. And he also now can revive on death. So now you have 4 characters, if charged, will revive on death. So now they get charges. Before, the defenders never had charges over them, and now they have charges over them. So that is definitely an important note to note. The other character I believe they're using is Jessica Jones. I'm not sure if she was, because they did not update her. So I don't think she's part of the Heroes for Hire. I gotta double check now. Now I'm like not sure why they didn't update her kit. So they must be coming out with another. I think they are going to come out with another Heroes for Hire. So Jessica Jones will not be part of this. It looks like she's just staying with the Defenders for right now. But she is still, I think, being used in these battles. So she still works with the Defenders. So with her using it with Iron Fist and Luke Cage, they are still considered Defenders. So that she's still going to get these abilities to be used in here. And yeah, so she's still going to be nasty, but not as nasty. So there is that. All right. Let me switch over and we will move on to the next topic. Okay, so as you can see here, there is 5 teams that were used against an H4H that we tried to do in war, and it's the exact same team. So we lost 5 defends on just this one so far. Actually, I think it's 6 now. Right after I had already screenshotted this, another one of my alliance members tried to go in with using just the regular Zemo team and failed miserably with that as well. And he was punching down. So yeah, it's like I said, it's been painful. So this is what I wanted to kind of show with everybody here. Not to be alarmed, but to be alarmed. So the first guy used Kestrel with Nick Fury, Hela, Loki, and Aim Supreme, and was able to take out Jessica Jones, and that was it, and left the other 4 guys. And so it was a good start to weaken the team, but then one of the other guys went in and used their Shadowland, which you think would be great because they are a huge speed team, which, is one of the main teams to use against a speed team. And so they went in and got slaughtered. And I'm sure they targeted their healer first because it was the highest, the highest character. And then, as you can see here, the White Tiger and the Moon Knight are still on the weaker side. So they just got slaughtered. So now we have another person that went in and did a mashup to just try to use like all their because this is towards the end of the war, try to use all their last remaining strong characters just to see if they could do any damage at all. Put a healer in, put a barrier in, put somewhat of another counter in, stronger than their Iron Fist. Decided to put a CM in, but still no luck, just got slaughtered. So yeah, was kind of disappointing. And then somebody else came in and tried to do somewhat of a Shadowland. They threw in Cage instead of Daredevil here. So it was like a broken up Shadowland team. And Luke Cage is the strongest here, and I'm pretty sure he got taken out first, and obviously it was a shipwreck. So then this one was Fan 4, and this is the second time I've seen somebody try to use a Fan 4 team and fail on this, and you would think it would be the best to use in this scenario, but I don't know if maybe the Fan 4 just needs to be so much stronger, because in this case they were trying to punch up a little bit. I think maybe it might have been a little bit better if they were punching down by a lot of bit. Because I do think, having Invisible Woman in there with the barrier is definitely beneficial. I think Namor is definitely beneficial with his AoE attack. I'm not really sure about these three as of yet, but yeah. So as you can see, this is what not to do. This is just definitely not what to do here. Alright, on to the exciting part of this entire segment, since I know the rest of this whole video was pretty depressing with how strong the H4H is, but I got some good news to share. So, we have attached 4 counters here that my alliance has come up with that will actually work for the H4H, and we know for a fact that all of these will work no matter what. So we will get into this a little bit here. So Kestrel is pretty much the key if you are going to be punching up on an H4H team. If you are punching down or across, there is some talk that it actually might not be needed. So just keep that in mind. But the key is to have Zemo with her on this Zemo team if you are going to use it. As you see here, they replaced out Kingpin and put her in place, so that is definitely a must. With this other one, the other key, like I stated previous about Silver Surfer, so I confirmed it, and he does remove charges, so that is why he is very critical to using him if at all possible. So I do recommend using Silver Surfer. I'm actually going to take mine off of defense and actually keep him on offense now for war for when I come across an H4H team. Black Bolt is the other key as well. This one here, they used Yo-Yo because it's the Inhumans with Silver Surfer. It's recommended to get her up so that way she's not super squishy in this one. But yeah, but other than that, I mean, even with her being squishy, they were still able to take down the team. It was a huge punch down, 515 to 383 team on that. And then another Inhumans with Silver Surfer, but instead of Quake, they threw in Kestrel. And then that one was a 543 to a 430, so that one wasn't as big of a punch down, but it was still somewhat of a punch down to get that one to work. And then this is probably overkill, but BO will work no matter what. So if you have probably a little bit of a smaller BO, I would definitely recommend probably trying to do that and not use it as big. But I know a lot of teams now have their BOs like completely beasted out because they were meta for such a long time. So it might be hard to find a smaller BO, but no matter what, we know it works. So And as you can see here, Proxima, that's under 100k, ended up dying, and she's still squishy. And it was the attack team that we finally were able to take down in the Alliance that I was freaking out about earlier on the earlier video, or part of the segment where we hadn't taken it down yet. So that was kind of a relief that we finally were able to do that. So I hope this video helps. These 4 teams will definitely work. Reach out with questions. If you have other counters, please also comment as well, so that way we can keep growing and being better together. And if you have other suggestions as well, yep, like I said, keep me informed. And don't forget to subscribe and notify or keep the little bell on, and hit like if you like these videos, and stay tuned. I will make more. Sorry for being MIA. I've just been kind of crazy with all these scopely changes and trying to make sure we're getting all this stuff right. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.